It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. There are calls for Nationals Upper Hunter MP Michael Johnson to be sacked over a social media post about Black Lives Matter protesters. The MP used Facebook and Twitter to ask how many Black Lives Matter protesters also protested in favour of full-term abortions. Labor MP for Maitland, Jenny Aitchison, says combining both issues in such a way is a disgrace and Mr Johnson should be sacked. We've contacted Michael Johnson for comment. Hunter New England Health says the number of patients presenting at the John Hunter Hospital's emergency department dipped in March when the COVID-19 pandemic ramped up. The Bureau of Health Information has released new figures which shows almost 20,900 people presented at the John Hunter ED in the March quarter, an increase of 150 on the same time last year. Almost 78% of people started treatment within the 4-hour benchmark waiting time, while 62% left within 4 hours. Hunter New England Health says while presentations were up for the quarter, numbers dropped back in March as people heeded advice to stay home. The Hunter GP Association is urging businesses not to require blanket COVID-19 clearance certificates as workers return to the office. Only people who've had close contact with a confirmed COVID case or who are experiencing symptoms should be tested. Hunter GP Association President Dr. Lee Fong says as restrictions ease, people who are unwell need to remain at home.
Before you go back to work, or you send your kid back to school, or you send your kid back to childcare, really a couple of things should happen. One is you should have a negative COVID-19 test and all your symptoms need to have gone away.
Strong demand for coronavirus screening has prompted Hunter New England Health to extend the operation of its drive-in testing clinic at Cessnock Hospital. The clinic was due to wrap up on May 26, but has been extended for a second time until June 22. The clinic will operate between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 till 4:30 on weekends. Appointments can be made by calling 4991 0436. New South Wales Labor is calling on the state government to deliver economic stimulus by funding the construction of new schools and upgrades in Maitland. The plan would kickstart projects promised but not delivered in last year's budget. Maitland MP Jenny Aitchison says she fears the lack of funding for public school facilities is forcing parents to send their children to private schools.
We all believe in choice in education, but the government shouldn't be doing privatisation by stealth because they're not providing the public facilities that enable people to make a good choice about education based on what their actual preferences are, not the fact that the government's run down facilities in our electorate.
Air travellers will take to the sky from Newcastle Airport this afternoon for the first time in months. Jetstar is resuming flights at Williamtown with a service from Melbourne due to arrive at 5:10 and a return flight departing around 40 minutes later. The carrier had announced June 26 as the date it would start flying again, but has decided to kick off sooner due to strong demand for flights.
2NURFM Sport.
Newcastle Knights fullback Kalen Ponga will be the highest paid player at the club after signing a new multi-million-dollar contract extension. The 22-year-old has agreed to a $4 million deal, which will see him remain with Newcastle until the end of 2024. Ponga says his decision to stay was so he could hold up a premiership trophy with a city he calls home.
I want to win a comp so bad, and that's what's really driving me. And I know I'm very privileged, and I know that I'm very honoured to be signing with the club, a club that I feel so comfortable being with, that I call home now, and my family call home.
Meanwhile, coach Adam O'Brien believes in giving his team a second chance after making only one change to the starting lineup for their clash against the Brisbane Broncos tomorrow night. Back rower Lachlan Fitzgibbon will return to the field in a starting role after recovering from injury, leaving veteran Aidan Guerra to sit on the sidelines. O'Brien says he's giving the boys a chance to rectify their first half performance against the Melbourne Storm. And former Kiwi international Leo Bertos hopes to revive his football career after losing his job at Northern New South Wales Football over the decision to take the head coaching role at NPL club Western. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 1, 2, 21, 22, 13, 27 and 38, and the supplementaries are 24 and 33. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.